Oh, we were just here a moment ago.
Feels like it was yesterday.
Season 1, episode 10.
The finale.
The finale. The season finale, not the series finale. As we've discussed many times. There's another season of the show coming.
Correct, yeah. And not next week, some time from now.
Sometime from now. They have not filmed it yet. They haven't written it yet.
Probably not. Although the book guy...
The book guy has already written it.
Wrote books that could be used for it.
There's material out there. Material you and I have not read.
Correct.
Before we get into the ep, the first thing I noticed at the end of the ep, I didn't laugh once. This was not a funny ep.
Did I laugh?
I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't think so. I don't think the episode was funny at all. It was very heartfelt.
Yeah.
It was a very heartfelt episode from the beginning. Actually, almost from the beginning to the end. I may have laughed. There was the intro scene where they were rebooting him. That's the There were probably a couple laughs there because they were being jerks.
I'm your father. I had sex with a garbage disposal. I laughed at that.
Yep. Okay. I almost forgot about that part of the ep, but now that I'm replaying it in my head.
But it wasn't a nut buster of an ep,
no.
I think is your point.
From the moment the Preservation Alliance crews show up, it is a heartfelt ep.
Yeah.
But we do start our ep where?
Where do we start? With Murderbot waking up. I'm using that term.
Turn it off and turn it back on again.
Wake up very loosely.
Yeah, because
he opens his eyes, but he gets his memory purged, and he gets a new governor unit, and he is effectively
first he
a
wakes
blank
up and
slate.
He calls out for Dr. Mensa because he's got a connection.
So he has his memories there, but he doesn't have his memories when they remove his memories.
They're like, hey, delete.
Correct.
And it deletes him.
Yeah, and now he is functionally a blank slate into which they can put their
new chip.
Nasty little ideas. And skipping ahead just for continuity of his particular storyline, you can tell that he's all shades of messed up because he goes and attacks some humans. They're just trying to get some good food.
Yeah, that.
And he's got a couple of glitches harkening back to some of his previous times that have been referenced
back to our alien world where we're working for the Corp.
From the events where he got his name Murderbot. So he does have some flashes back there somewhere. And then he gets the crap beat out of him.
That's an interesting point that I'd like to get into. Let's do a little more summary before we get there. He gets rebooted. We get a scene with the corporate owners of the security bots.
Yeah, parallel tracks. The crew is trying to get him back. Mm-hmm.
And they are basically threatening to sue. Mm-hmm. They're like, we want our bot back. And they're like, you don't have to worry about the bot. We've already wiped its memory. Which, obviously, corporations can do whatever they want in this world. But that seems like a very large violation. If you're in the middle of a lawsuit and you just erase the memory of the thing that has recorded all the things.
Yeah.
But obviously they don't care about that.
There may not be the same data retention rules, just like there may be birds in this world. It might be data. No, they said yes to birds. They said no to data retention rules.
And also, we'll get into this later. No thumb drives. What I thought was interesting, though, is that they clearly don't take laws seriously, except for later on. When they get the injunction, she takes it very seriously. She's like, "Whoa, gotta save this bot." But we'll get to that. They're very upset that he's been erased, and they essentially are like, "Well, he's gonzo. He's donezo. Murderbot doesn't exist." Which we know isn't true. He's just been downloaded into that giant Willy Wonka tube. Mm-hmm. You know, where they like take the chocolate bar and they chop it up into little tiny bits, and then they transmit it over the air into a smaller chocolate bar with more flavor.
Are you talking about the Johnny Depp version or the Timothy Chardonnay version?
I'm talking about the OG version. with an actor I'd like to name at least one, Gene Wilder. Yeah, remember they have that giant chocolate bar and they chop it all up into little bits.
Mean
They
Gene.
shoot
Oh,
it.
yeah.
They shoot it with the camera and then it goes like, look, there it is, and then it goes into the small.
I liked when that little boy got turned
it to
into a
himself?
blueberry.
That's a girl.
Whatever.
That gets turned into the blueberry.
It's a gender
That's
neutral term.
Violet.
Yeah.
It's Violet.
Oh, that's
who does
punny.
that. Yep.
Because that's the color of blueberries.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, the Dash Hound gets his
watching.
memories back. He finds them
How does
because
he do that?
he Googles where are all those good Sanctuary Moon eps, and apparently there's only one robot who has them in this little database. He finds them, finds the source,
Fonzie Pants is that show,
and downloads all of his memories and most of his shows into which I. Quick question about that. What did happen to the eps? Why is he missing those eps? And is it important?
It could be, but I don't think so. I think that's just a comic relief moment.
I assume it's a comic relief moment, but I bumped on it a little bit. Like, okay, I can only fit this much. I ran into a hard
David
drive
Dashhound said was like
limit.
My hard drive is running out. He's got a Johnny Mnemonic moment where he can't take it anymore. He's already overloaded his memory. And so he's like, select this chunk of episodes. And
did he get all of his memories, though?
I think it's very possible he didn't, which is...
That's on my radar.
What I found was interesting with the memory thing is that he obviously still has some of his memories before Dashhound puts them in. What is it about these crazy memories he has about killing 56 miners that don't go away, but these new memories can be wiped clean?
Because his new memories are very emotionally charged, just
Yeah.
like that one would have been. I mean, certainly dying, and he did his fair share of killing.
I assume it's going to be some sort of the larger mystery that is him. And maybe it's some sort of hidden database that they're trying to use him to smuggle this data out to somewhere.
This is not necessarily a show that would definitely come back to these points.
They're not going to hit it super hard.
Because it's a fun...
It's light.
Yeah, I don't think it is
They're
necessarily
not why
one
these memories are more important than the other memories.
that's going to hold up to the fine-tooth scrutiny that your humble narrators, of course, and the various Reddit boards are going to throw at it. That said, they could. There's a bunch of stuff from this app that they could pull those threads if they wanted to.
So before he gets his memories back, he gets reset. He becomes a security bot. He's on planet. He's on the planet they're on. He runs into our buddy, whose name you remember.
Bob.
No, the one from the book you're reading now.
Oh, Rati.
Rati.
Yeah, he does not recognize Rati.
He does not recognize Rati, who calls him every slang name that he has for
The
Sekbot.
book I'm reading now is Rod D.
Yeah.
It's
But I knew that
Silver
was Spark.
Europe
You
by
remember?
Nell Zink. It's a good book. I would recommend it.
Reader over here.
Yeah, I love books.
Guy.
I was at the library yesterday.
La Biblioteca.
See. But yeah, he doesn't recognize Roddy at all. He does his little scan.
He
and then
almost
he
shoots Roddy.
Yeah, he's going to shoot him with his fist.
And then he gets assigned to essentially quell a riot that is happening where some people are like, hey, we would like food. And they're like, if you don't work, you can't have food, which is a little too parallel to what's going on right now with SNAP reforms in the United States, but let's not get too into it. A little too on point for a show that was written a year ago.
New York Times reader over here.
Big newspaper guy.
Yeah, I'm in the books, you're in the periodicals. Between the two of us, we got it all covered. We got all of the printed words covered.
Every printed word that could possibly be covered. I'm even reading children's French books right now, so we got it all covered.
Wow, encroaching on MySpace. Okay. It does seem like the logical next step, newspaper to kids books. Yeah.
I'll get there. I'll get there. It's helping me understand the newspaper.
Uh-huh.
At this point, he starts having those flashbacks to the murder of the miners.
Maybe it's just a hidden thumb drive, like up his butt or something. That's where he keeps
going
the.
on. He keeps it in
Like
his
the
little
most
Ken
most
pouch.
memories are up here in the head,
He
like you
keeps it down
normally.
there.
But there's a couple of just thumb drives in various back of the knee.
That's why there are no other thumb drives, because
he's got them all.
he's got them all stashed.
Yeah, plugged away.
But this causes him to kind of freak out. He almost shoots one of the rioters. I don't know who's yelling at him. Obviously, the rioters yelling at him to not, please don't kill me. But I can't tell if some of the other security guys are being like, whoa, don't take it that far. But I don't think they really care at this point. They definitely were pretty gleeful about beating up these people who don't have work and can't eat.
And he did seem to be like visibly
distraught.
not like he is in a crew with other sec units that do seem to be later models. He seems to be the most antiquated model that they bring out in that little cadre.
Which I think is a little weird why they would even bring him out there.
Yeah, I bumped on that a little bit.
But he freezes a little bit, and then he gets smashed by a hammer and several other objects by the rioters, who get very riotous and yell that they want to kill him, but they don't. They just beat the living crap out of him. And then he's about to get melted, but they go save him with their legal injunction. Lawyers doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
And they meet old Garathan, and Garathan uploads all his memories.
Well, not all of them.
Minus some episodes.
And maybe some other stuff, again, if they want to pull the thread.
I'm missing episodes 920 to 944.
Mm-hmm.
And they all laugh. Which, I know they're like episodes of a TV show, but I'd be a little bit messed up if I came back and I was just like, I don't remember a significant chunk of something I remembered before.
I would have follow-up questions, yeah. I'd have follow-up questions.
But that's such a weird thing to me in general. Like, I know you're a robot and you're used to it, but to not, you like don't know who you are. And I think that's kind of the point of what happens later on. But he's whatever they plant in him.
Yeah.
This is my deep teenager thoughts for the moment.
Okay, well, while you reflect on that, they put new clothes on him, and I want to take this opportunity. I noticed the costume designer was getting a little wild with it this ep. Didn't have to...
Pants?
Well, everybody got to have a sort of quote-unquote regular outfit rather than the uniforms that they've been wearing most of the season, certain scenes accepted. And I thought the costume designer did a really good job picking out things that amplified different character traits. Mensa had something that was very flowery and warm, and Dashhound had something very straight-laced and corporate and kind of evil Star Wars type of thing. Every one of them had something that amplified the character that we've watched over the past 10 eps.
And then they give us the grand reveal of the outfit they picked out for Secbot, and it is...
It looks like a white tourist in Thailand.
Yeah, it's like a gray/olive t-shirt and sweatpants.
And he is absolutely towering over everybody. Yeah. He looks like he's like
he's
a foot and a half taller than every other person, which I thought was funny.
They tell him that they're going to bring him back to Preservation Alliance, and that Dr. Mensa is going to be his guardian, and he's going to have all sorts of opportunities. And then they party and celebrate and toast to each other. And he says, we can talk about this. That was the throwback moment. I'm skipping back. He says, we can talk about this, that was his moment of acceptance of them. And then they all go to bed.
Well, not all of them.
He does not do.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't sleep.
No, because he is still a robot.
And then
dress him up however you want. He's still a robot.
He looks around at all his buddies, and he decides he's going to go. And then who wakes up?
Dashhound wakes up, and they have a surprisingly emotional
That was
scene.
Dashhound doing the "I'm the best actor on this television show." There was
They're
a very heartful conversation between the two of them, and they both exhibited a ton of emotion. Dashhound with more words than Sekbot, because Sekbot doesn't talk much, but Alexander Skarsgård did a tremendous job acting with his face for that short period of time.
I misread the scene initially.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I was thinking while they're doing it. He's got to go and check the perimeter.
Yep, that's his line.
And I took that to mean that he kind of doesn't know what to do with himself, with his newfound freedom. So he's going to have to go back and repeat the patterns that he had been doing. And he's literally going to go outside and walk around and walk back. And Dashhound is crying because they have tried to set him free, but we're all prisoners inside of our own mind, and it's a process, and so on and so forth. Not that was effectively goodbye.
I read it both ways and wasn't sure how it was going to play out. Towards the end, I knew he was going to leave, but at the beginning of the conversation, I also thought the same, which was more just like, yeah, you're like, I don't know what to do with myself. It's the curse of too many decisions, right? Or the too many choices.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need a small amount of choices.
Like the white
choice
stripes.
paralysis,
yeah,
if you will. But at the end, I was like, oh no, he's gonna go goodbye.
And he did. He went to the train station and got on a choo-choo, and off he went.
And then that's definitely the last we'll see of him or the crew, and the next season will be about some totally different characters.
On a totally different setting. It'll be farm-based.
Yeah.
No robots. It'll be all ninja assassins.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, ninja assassins on a farm.
Who's going to be the Murderbot?
It's going to be Peter Skarsgård.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful.
And then, of course, Dr. Mensa wakes up, sees the ship leaving, telepathically knows he's on that ship, and he calls her his favorite person.
Yeah. And she has his
favorite meat bag.
She has a little cry.
She has a little cry. She knows he's out there. She knows she's gone. She knows he's not checking the perimeter. He barters episodes of television for a passage on a mining ship. It's very funny to me how bad security is in this futuristic world. It does remind me of where we're going to be in probably 10 years when we continue to depend on AI to do too much.
Yeah, none of the Sekbots. I mean, we've seen that Sekbots can ping each other and do that, but I don't know.
But he hacks into stuff. He knows the schedules of ships leaving.
Yeah, it's no problem for him. He's just walking. Off he goes.
This ship just handles letting him on and off. It's not. There's no person involved in that decision making. No one's scanning the tickets as they get on. He's just on a ship doing what he wants in return for quality entertainment.
What is our crew's job now?
What was their job before? What's their job now?
Their job before was to fly around and have adventures. What is their job now?
Well, they're back at the Preservation Alliance.
Uh-huh.
We know that she's the president now.
Uh-huh.
Whatever that means. Madam President.
Which is, it sounds
bigger than administrative
important.
president or whatever she was before. Our character, whose name we continue to not remember, is going to go back to being a lawyer. David Dashhound is going to do whatever Mensa tells him to do. Rati is probably going to go back to playing video games, which I assume is his career. And then the other two are going to do science stuff that science people do.
So they were... this is the wrong analogy, but sort of conscripted to be on this ship, and off they go, and they do it, and they come back, and now they're all going their separate ways back to their regular lives.
Yes.
Whatever relationship that they've had, maybe they'll catch up for drinks.
They they obviously selected themselves as a crew because they were friends before. Because they were telling all their stories before they left.
But there's
about
no
how they met each other.
corporate ties to each other now.
I don't think they directly work for anything. But I think that's a very interesting point that the TV show's not going to bring up, which is like why they were selected for this crew and why this mission was important, because it seemed like kind of a dead-end back world, and I don't even know what their goal was beyond some scientific research.
And they didn't have a great success. Now they're trying to get all litigious, and so my question is going towards season 2, which to me the most logical thing would be that the crew has a season 2 goal, whether they're all working together at the company and doing something or other, and they get attacked, and Murderbot has to come back and save them. Was kind of the first thing that came to mind. But if they're so spread out and off doing their own thing, I'm trying to think what do we see season 2 episode 1/2.
Okay, well, let's take it a couple steps back. How many eps before the crew and Murderbot are back together?
Well, if I told you the answer to all these questions, then we'd have the episode.
Well, this is obviously I'm asking you to guess, you fucking nitwit.
If I had the script in front of me, I could just answer my own question. I don't...
Well, we're taking it step by step.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Ep 1 they're back together? Do you think it's a 2-ep slow burn?
This show does not tend to do a slow burn.
No, I think it's end of Ep 1 they're
so
back together.
Probably you're putting the over-under at 1.5 and you're taking the under?
I'm going to take the under. Now, you think he's coming to save them.
That's the first thing that comes to my head.
I feel like someone is going to find something, probably Rati, because he's the idiot who's probably still obsessed with like the life they had on this mission of excitement. He's going to dig into something, find some sort of secret, whether it be about what happened with this mind thing. Maybe Dashhound is looking into the mind thing because he just wants to know what happened with his now friend that he's made. But either way, one of them finds the secret, has to bring everybody back together, and then they have to go looking for Sekbot. That's my theory.
Roddy was this close to a threesome.
Several times.
This close. So
with
you can see a motivation to get the band back together.
Or do you mean a threesome with Sekbot?
Any of them.
Well,
all
he
up.
had a threesome.
We didn't see it.
They signed
there wasn't full
they did it.
frontal.
There was no full frontal. We did see a lot of centipede sex, though.
I could see him being the one to gather everybody back up together.
I think he's going to be the one that is, of all of the crew, he's the one who's not going to be busy doing something back in his former life. And so he's going to be the one who's like searching for a reason to put the crew back together.
And what's the reason?
I think he's going to discover some secret about either that mining incident or some sort of conspiracy with the Sekbots that he thinks Sekbot will be a key to. And I think it will be a flimsy connection at first.
We're talking very general and kind of all over the place because they really did not give any. I wonder. I'm assuming they did not necessarily know or have a strong indication that they were going to be picked up for season 2.
Season 2 was not already picked up when season 1.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure
the
the creators, the writers have a vibe, and they say that this is probably going to be going for more than one, or we should probably shoot it as if. I'm sure
they definitely wrote this They're like, this is the end.
So there's not a ton for us to hang the proverbial hat on, because this also could have ended as a series finale.
My mental powers of watching too much TV to write what the writers are going to write.
Let me say something in response to that. Yes. I love TV.
I also love TV. What do you say we watch some more of it?
I'd love that.
All right.
All right. Stay gold.
Stay gold, Pony Boy. We're gonna be back in a couple weeks with Alien.
Colon.
What's it called?
I think it's Alien,
Alien
colon Romulus.
It's just Alien attacks the
Yeah.
colon.
ACR, as we'll be referring to it as.
The Passenger, I think. No, that's 1979.
That's a
film.
Cormac McCarthy book.
Oh no, I put my phone in French and it makes it really hard because they're gonna give the results. Oh, it's Alien Earth.
Is there a colon?
Well, of course.
Okay.
Not a semicolon, it's a full colon.
So ACE. ACE or ACE? What do you prefer?
Probably Ace. Ace is a good one.
So we'll be back with ACE, with our coverage of ACE.
Which ran by, of course, Noah Hawley. Why does this say March 12th? No, it's August 12th. August 12th. So we'll be back shortly after that. I'm glad that we sat here and talked